Conversation with myself like this better work. That's why I get peace of myself almost every verse. I spent my whole life grinding, I ain't asked for help. I used to starve as a kid, I had to feed myself. Remember all the hard times we kept trying, and we rise and we fall. The times we had to walk, now we stay flying. Now we grind till we ball.
I ain't never had to chase a nigga. I ain't never had to chase a nigga, and it's on God. I ain't never had to chase a nigga. I ain't never gon' chase a nigga, and it's on God. Gave you the real and still paid. My own money, own car rent, still paid. Never need a nan nigga for a damn thing. Never need a nan nigga for a damn thing. I'm choosy, high key bougie, yeah. Watch me slay this two-piece, yeah.
I like your flow.
London movies, yeah. Rich niggas always choose me. Manny my hands, petty my feet. Put a boy on my car, credit my lease. Hops play the heat, rep my hood. Seats on the floor.
When this came out, 2023, right?
Growing up, we had a little bit, but I'm up now. And it's the life of a real bitch. This the life of a real bitch. It's the life of a real bitch. Yeah, this the life of a real bitch. This the life of a real bitch. Life of a real bitch. It's the life of a real bitch. Pretty girls gon' feel this. I ain't never had to chase a nigga. I ain't never gon' chase a nigga, and it's on God. I ain't never had to chase a nigga. I ain't never gon' chase a nigga, and it's on God.
Welcome to another episode of Artist to Artist at the AV Club. It's your boy Westside, and I got a special guest with me today.
Hey y'all, I'm Jayla Anderson.
How you doing? How you doing?
I'm doing good. My nose a little stuff.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, I'm noticing like now that I'm in the building, I got stuff back up.
Oh,
no, it's normal. It's just okay. That go.
I got a cousin. He kind of like nighttime. Like he'll be good all day.
He got allergies.
I think so. And you know, when you grow up young black, most people don't be knowing that might be allergies. They just thinking his nose always run at night.
Like, sinus allergy something.
Okay. So welcome. I'm glad to have you on the show. Welcome. So I would like to start off with the first question, which I normally ask is, where does music start for you? And this could be as far as like someone that put music into your life, whether it's mom, dad, uncle, you know, who's the person you give credit to?
I really think I just love music. Like when I was a kid, my friends would be like, you don't watch TV? I just always play music. And I just love music. I don't think it came from like my mom or my dad. Because my dad was in prison, but the times he was home, he used to play music. And he played like different varieties of music too, different genres. And I'm kind of like that too. And I'm guessing, but I don't know. I think it's just me. I think I just naturally love music. I think I just started watching TV as I got older, but I just always listen to music.
So you was like one of them people that listen to music all day. Like if you cleaning, you listening to music. On the way to school, you listening to music, things like that.
I love old school and gospel music. That's really what I listen to mostly. I might listen to like, if I have specific songs, like rap songs or something that I like, but it's not like my go-to. I don't really know. I don't know. Like, if you listen, I got a lot of samples, but I don't really listen to rap songs. I like soulful music. Yeah. But if a beat, like soulful, I remember when, what was that guy? Dang, I can't think of the song right now, but if I hear a sample or something, I might gravitate to it. I hate when people mess up samples. Yeah. But I love soulful music. Like, I love old school. And I ain't just talking about, like, 90s R&B. Like, I could go deep, 60s, 70s, 80s. Be saying, oh, like, something gonna speak to my spirit in it.
Oh, so you go way far back. Who, like, your parents, the ones that put you in, like, on the 60s, 70s, or you would say you, like, just was looking for music?
I just gravitate to it. My mom, like, I know some songs from her, but... Like, I remember when I was younger and she used to hear me, like, singing, like, No Pain, No Gain. Yeah. And she'd be like, what
you know about that?
Yeah, like, I ain't playing this, but that's what I listen to in gospel music.
Okay. So when you say a sample song, it makes me think of your song, Snap. When I heard that instantly caught me. The thing is about a song with a sample in it, the original song connects to you in some form, fashion, whether you was a kid, you listened to it, or, you know, just a special moment in your life, or, you know, and depending on the vibe, if it's like a sad song, it may connect to something, but it instantly catches your ear. And the way that you was able to rap over it, it was dope. And it's rapping on samples, it's like you got to be careful because, like, that song has a connection to people. So you got to come proper when you doing on the sample. So, like, how do you come up, like, with that one? Was it just simply just you chilling and you just heard the song?
Now, that one, my mama really liked chill rock.
Okay.
She liked that beat, but I made that in the pandemic, and the song that I had first put out that kind of blew me up to people knowing that I do music was "It Takes Two" Raw Bass. And I was following that, and like I was kind of in a crossroad because people was like, she always this before everybody was doing samples.
Yeah.
And it was like, well, what else she could rap to? She only do old school beats. She only do that, but that's all I knew at the time. And so when I heard that one, Chud Rock, we was in the studio in my homeboy house, and I was like, yeah, let's do that. And then I just went in and I was like, let's do some rules, and the rules go viral every time. It was so random, but it was like, yeah. But everybody wasn't really rapping on old school beats like that then. Like, but I don't trip about it. But so I was kind of looked at different then. But to know me is to know that's me really being myself. I don't need samples like, oh, this just a good sample. Like, I really like that kind of music.
Yeah.
So it's really a thing for me.
It just comes from the love of your music. So you're showing I say it's like showing appreciation. When you hear that like a classic hit record, and you're like, man, I love to rap over this. Yeah. And then you go and you add your own flavor to it, and then people gravitate to it based off of what you bring to it. So like, what was your process when it came to like starting to do music? Like, how did you come across doing your first song? What was that process?
Well, I wasn't rapping at the time. I was working at a school, and everybody was telling me like I need to rap because it was at that time Carisha them had just blew up. So I was a popular girl. I had always been popular doing acting, music. Everything I'm doing now is that music, and I wasn't as well. I have a platform now, so I can't really complain. But in college, I mean, not complain. I can't really compare the two. But at the time, I was like 24, 23 or something like that. So everybody was telling me I need to rap. And I'm like, I ain't no rapper, but whatever. Then I had like one verse. Me and my homegirl used to rap in the car. And we used to just put on old school beats, all kind of old school beats, and just rap, say whatever. None of it made sense. Some of it did. Like, it was just like, but I always had a little flow. And like, I had like a little bar or two, something that makes sense. Because at the time, I didn't really have like the knowledge. I didn't really have the knowledge like with bars and all that. Like, I didn't know nothing about no music. Yeah. So, I had took this one verse to Get You Home to the Man Toe, who I recorded Snap with. Yeah. And he was like, you ain't never rapped before? I was like, no. He was like, if you ever stop rapping, I'm going to charge you. And then he was like, I had this beat I want you to do. And at the time, I was just thinking about Jackie O, Self-Made. I could curse?
No, yeah, go ahead.
I was thinking about Jackie O, Self-Made Bitch. And it was Night Shift sample. And I always knew I wanted to do a song on that one. And he was like, now I want you to do this. And then it was It Takes Two. So I was just listening to what Rob Bass was saying, and I was saying it. I struggled with Stand By 5-4 with a fat ass click. Because I wasn't comfortable with talking nasty, but they like, just say it. That song went up. And it worked because my homeboy was a DJ. And all the DJs in Miami, we just went through and broke the record. And that's what, like, took me up. Like, from that point, that's when it was like an introduction to like, oh, that's the girl who made that song. Because it was popping everywhere in the clubs and stuff. Yeah. That's how it got to. That's how it started. Okay. That's how it started. I never had management or nothing yet. I was just going around getting books. I was partying too then, so it was like outside shit.
So how did you balance the two? Because like with getting the fame and notoriety, now that your music is playing around, you know what I mean, different clubs and different events, like, you know, you getting pulled here, you getting pulled there. Hey, we want you here, this, and the third. How you balance that and the focus of creating music and consistently working at your craft?
See, the thing is, I was just pushing my songs. I would make, and I still do that. I make them when I feel like it. And it's not like I'm lazy. It's just when I had the time, because I had to put it like in seasons. Like, I got these songs here. When I'm ready to drop it, I'm going to get out and drop it because I know I'm going to have to push it, do skits or whatever I got going on, still balance life. So I create when I'm just in that space or somebody send me a beat. I haven't had the chance where I could just really create because I had the balance of keeping my platform alive too. And not even that, I'm so multi-talented, so I do a lot. And I wish I could get to a place where I could really just focus on my music. But when it comes, if it comes, I don't know which one gonna be my door through the, like, actually through. Yeah. But if it is music, I swear to God, I'm gonna get so down and dirty creative to the point. I would love it to be music, but it's just like I'm talented at so many things. So, and people love me with so many different things that sometimes I just think it's gonna be like a balance thing.
So I want to touch base on something you just said as far as the skits. So I was watching a video. This was like probably like last year, and it was this guy talking about artists and new age artists and how the ones that struggle are the ones that fight with creating content, right? So like they might be great in the studio making songs, but they're not really tech savvy or creative to create any content around the product, right? Mm-hmm. So how did you get into that, like as far as creating skits and being able to segue into the music with it?
Well, me and Rail was just like, we're going to do a skit for a long time, and then we did it and went viral, and we just kept going. It comes so easy to me, so it didn't even really feel like nothing. It still don't feel like nothing, but now I realize, like, okay, this is my brand.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I'm just realizing that this is my brand now, and I'm just now going full time. Mm-hmm. After all of this, I guess I won't say I really didn't know who I was, but I didn't really know who I was. So at the time, it was just like I'm just being me. I'm not really like, I know I'm trying to make it big because my dream was always to be a superstar, but I'm not realizing what I'm doing while I'm doing it. So it's not a thing for me. That stuff, everything comes natural to me. Yeah. So I wasn't like trying to be like, okay, let me do my skits, let me do this, let me do that. I was just doing shit, and all along this came about. And I know that sounds crazy because some people, like you say, could create this and create that, but I just do shit, and this is what it is.
Well, I think that's the beauty of like destiny, I would say.
Yeah.
Like, for example,
it's like I'm just made for it.
Yeah. You know, sometimes, we have abilities and talents, that we're able to do. Sometimes we don't even know it. Yeah. It takes you getting the exposure of doing it and realizing like, oh, I can actually do this. So like, for example, with me with production and editing and things like that, I didn't really know that I could do that until I got it when I was in school. I had TV production class, and they had us hands-on things. And then still, it wasn't something that I was considering doing until later in life. I started podcasting, and then it was like, oh, that stuff that I did in school, the same thing.
Yeah, I'm like that a little similar because I didn't think my degree was useful. Then I really think about it. I was an English major for editing, writing, and media.
Oh, shout out to you.
Yeah, I graduated from Florida State, and I'm looking at it like I had music classes, writing, dissecting, it's all the same. Everything connects, so I get it.
Yeah, it all connects, honestly, and I feel like going forward, content is important. Like a lot of artists now that maybe camera shy, because the more and more I talk to more and more artists, I start to realize a lot of them weren't necessarily people that were trying to be in the forefront. They were just more chill, laid back, and they kind of got that nudge to the front, like, hey, this is for you, like, go try this, right? So it's like as you go and you try different things, you learn things, and then we piece it together. So like podcasting, originally, I wasn't even doing music, like podcasting. I was an artist who also was podcasting, doing just any type of topics. But then I wanted to do something for myself, so I put two and two together, a music podcast, and now you got Artist Starters.
Yeah, that's how you gotta do it. And I think people shy away from that because they be like, I don't want to take the focus off that I do this. But in the world we live in today, you could do whatever you want, to be honest. Like, it's no right or wrong way to get to where you trying to go. Like, so many people just try to put themselves in this box. And I get it. Be like, I just want to focus on being an artist. But in the world we live in today, everybody's an artist. Yeah. So what's going to make you different? Like, everybody can get on the internet and be somebody. But you got to stand out. And I think that's what I realized why I think I confuse a lot of people, because it's like, okay, she got this going on. And I think that's the beauty of it. That's the art of it, that you can be so versatile. And I think it gives people a variety, like, to love you. Because when people love you, you can sell them anything. So it's like, I'm going to give you whatever because I'm an all-around person. To be honest, I really be home in my bed. Yeah. But it's a gift that God gave me to just be able to turn that on. Like, people think I'm full of energy 24/7. The more I evolve and get into my true self, baby, I'm a homebody. I be home. Like, when God sent me my husband, my kids, I'll probably be balancing. Then I'll be balancing 2 lives. But as of now, like, you just got to get out there and do it, because it's no right or wrong way to do it. You can't just be like, oh, I'm an artist, I'm going to drop music, because dropping music just not enough. You got to give the music a reason to go viral. Yeah. You got to do something for the song to hit, or for somebody to pick it up, or for somebody to gravitate to you. You got to give them something versus than just having a song.
I agree with that so much. One of the things I was talking about on a previous episode, which was basically nowadays, not only do they like your music, but most of the time they fall for the artist prior to falling for the song or the music. So that a lot of people you see with a bunch of followers is a lifestyle thing too. They're not just only listening to music. They want to see what you do on a day-to-day basis, how you manage it. Yeah, they want to get in and get, let me get the VIP. Let me figure out, everything. Let me get your lifestyle, your experience. Lifestyle, that's really what it is.
Influencing. And I love that's why I love the time we live in now. And a lot of OGs and like people who've been in the business stuff, they be hating on this now. Cause like you could really blow up today being independent. It's like you don't really got to go through so many middlemen no more. You could kind of really just skip it and be consistent on your journey, and be consistent on your journey, and then you get that big break. Back then you had to do so much. You sign a deal, you got to work. We got phones, we got everything now. The content by itself alone can put you like 3 months ahead, but you got to be consistent. That's the only thing. You got to be consistent with the content.
So with your content, right? Or do you have like a set schedule for yourself,
no.
Or is just like how you said with the music? Whenever you feel, that's when you do it.
I'm not a what's the word I'm trying to use? Like, I'm not a militant person. Like, I'm learning to be a little bit more organized, but I don't just try to be like, okay, on this day I'm gonna do this. On this day, I don't live my life like that because every day I'm not feeling like that. This month, I really just might be focused on my music. And then next month, I might break it down. But I'm going to always give you something because I can't function like that. Like, I don't live my life like with... I struggle with, I won't say structure. It's like a gift and a curse. Because I'm learning that I do need structure. But I'm not one of those people who could just be like, okay, I have to do it like this. Like, perfection is not a thing for me. I just do it. Yeah. I just do it because I feel like that's the best results. When you plan too much stuff, it don't go as you want it to. And I feel like when I started listening to everybody trying to do stuff like that and playing, you got to do it, that's when I started losing sight of what I was doing. And now, like, I realized, like, that don't work for me. That worked for y'all. And to be honest, I done surpassed a lot of that. So I'm going to do this how I want to do it. You could jump on, you could jump off. I don't care. I wasted a lot of years kind of in that place because I never knew what I was doing. But all along, this kind of been working for me. And then I noticed, like, oh, people trying to do this like me. So then I'm like, okay, extra, I'm doing this. Now I'm really in a place, like, I know who I am. I'm doing it this way. I don't have to do mine like that. I can do mine like this because this is what works for me. This is my brand. If you want to be a part, you could be in it. You can give me advice, but don't try to tell me how to do my shit because this is how it works for me. I'm at that place in my life right now.
No, that's real.
Because I started this 5 years ago, and I went through that a lot. Like, people telling me, you need to do it like this, you need to do it like that. I'm figuring this shit out.
So, I got a question I like to ask because the music side, it's a lot of stuff that people don't see, right? And one of those things is the dark times in the process of doing music, right? So would you say that was your experience when you would say like a difficult time for you in your process of doing music?
No, that wasn't really a difficult time for me. That was more me learning myself.
Okay.
Difficult times for me came from me not knowing myself and people coming around that's not genuine. And I'm figuring this out thinking it's one thing, but it's weird shit going on around me. That was dark times for me because, like, I never had nobody invest in me, no management, no nothing. So a lot of things, like, I was like a baby to. So I didn't know. So dark times for me came with building in relationships, trial and error, learning, like, oh, no, like, dang, you looked so nice to me, but you really don't like me, or like outgrowing people. Dark times for me came from like in the personal part of it, really trying to, because I'm trying to build a foundation, and then not even that, people got their own things going on, but then people also latching to you because they trying to see, go back to what we saying, what you doing, how you doing it, let me see. So I'm a free spirit. So at the time, I wasn't as aware as I am now. So my dark times came a lot from just like personal relationships and people doing weird ass shit and me not understanding why. And then I look at my life, I'm like, this is why. Yeah. So that's what dark times come for me from. But that other stuff, no. I just learn and go. But now you can't tell me shit.
That's what's up. I like that.
Like, now you can't tell. I went through so much shit. Like, now you can't tell me shit. Now I'm just very guarded. I go with my first man. I do what's best for me. Like, I was I was insecure in some natures because I just felt like I didn't have my career part together. Like most people had teams and they had different things. So I was always insecure, and it was like, dang, like I didn't know nothing, you know, like I absolutely knew nothing about nothing. So I'm looking at this person trying to see like the same way, like, okay, how does this go? Or not, I'm not looking at nobody trying to be like them, but I'm just trying to study like different people because that's how you learn, you know, like studying. But then I realized like I got my own thing going on. But at the time, a lot of times I often didn't live up to who I was because it's like my life was moving faster than my mentality. My life was moving faster than my mentality. So with that happening, it's like, wait, this really me? Like, you really do look this good. You really are like that. You really. So it was like I was insecure in some of those places because I wasn't aware that this was me, if that makes sense. So that's a part of growing. So a lot of mine was just being like self-development. Like that's what I struggled with. But I realized I had to go through that. And I realized that helped me see who I am. Like, I'm really the boss of this shit. I'm really the entrepreneur. It's not, I mean, people can come in and help me and invest, but now, like, I done built my brand up that this shit got to go how I call it.
Yeah.
Because ain't nobody break me. Like, this groundwork that I put in, a lot of people have to get people to pay for them to do all this.
That's
build
facts.
them. And I built my Jayla Anderson is me. I built this up myself. So now it's like, you got to meet me halfway. Can't nobody come in and just tell me this is how it's going to be. Because I done went through all of that to get here. And now that I done learned this, now I'm in the process of learning the business.
Yeah.
I wasn't really never trying to be independent or nothing. That's just who I am. So it's like one of those things like, damn, I'm just getting, I had to be alone a lot to get to this point. Because like, this is my life.
Would you say COVID around that time, because a lot of people was by themselves in that time, like you learned anything in that process? No,
COVID was a part of my outside days. No, I just started learning like in the last, I had a splitting with a good friend of mine, and it was always us two. And then like when we split, it was just me. So it was like I was learning the world all over again. It was just always us. And then I got to the point, it was just like, dang, I had to figure this shit out by myself. For real, for real.
Yeah.
It was already kind of getting like that, but at that point, like, it was literally just me. And then I tried, like, meeting new people, and I'm like, oh, no. But it's like, so I really had to be like, okay, how am I going to do this? Because that was all I knew. So it was just like, it took, like, the last 2 years. Like, I felt like it was falling apart, but coming together. Like, I still knew how to structure my Instagram to be, like, while I'm still putting out stuff, but I was really, like, in a place trying to figure it out. And I think I just got it.
So, as far as, like, with posting, is that, like, the same wave that you move? When you feel like posting, that's when you post? It's not like a, because I know some people, they create, like, a structured time.
Hell no.
Say, every day at this time, I'm going to post, and this time, and so on and so forth.
I don't do that. I don't believe in it. Like, because it's just, like, some people, they say they views and stuff be at that time, but I feel like a hit is a hit.
Yeah, that's facts.
A hit is a hit. Like, I could go viral sometime at 2 in the morning, 3 in the day. I might post something at the same time I posted yesterday and it got 2 likes. A hit is a hit. A post is a post. Yeah. A viral is a viral. It's just one of those things. If it hit, it hit. I just keep posting, but it is not no structured time. Like, a hit is a hit. A post is a post. What's gonna be. Like, that structured time shit, just be consistent. If you're going to post 3 times a day, post 3 times a day. If you're going to post 1 time a day, post 1 time a day. But there's no right or wrong way to do this shit.
That's facts. I feel like your process is your process. Everybody like
that's what worked for me.
Yeah.
So.
They like to mimic other people. And sometimes if you mimic someone too much, you start to look like them. And they can't tell the difference. That Spider-Man meme when they both pointing at each other and it's like.
No, you got to do what works for you. Yeah. Like, I make talking videos. I go viral all the time when I be talking. Like, when I just make videos with just talking with Jayla, like, they go viral. People love to hear me talk. That worked for me. Skits work for me. The skits and stuff make my music go up because people get to feel me. That works for me. I be seeing other people do it.
Yeah. And
I'm glad that I can influence you to do it, but what I always say is find what works for you. Because I can't do what you do. You can't do what I do. It's okay to, like, don't copy me. Use what I'm doing and put it in your own words so that you can find your flow. People go wrong when they try to copy.
That's facts.
Like, I love to inspire somebody, But I always tell people, do what works for you, because this will work for me. It might not work for me like that. It might not work for you like it's working for me. What you do might not work for me like that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, in the content world, everybody trying to look aesthetically pleasing, trying to make all their content be the same. I don't want that clean ass page. For what?
Yeah.
Everybody page is like that. Do like a fake IG model? I don't want that.
Yeah.
That's not what I want for myself. Like, I like different shit, different stuff. Like, that's how my platform works for me. But everybody try to follow the same route. You got to just do what work for you. And then some people that did, it do work for, you know? But I'm sure they found the glitch is something that works for them, you know?
Yeah.
So it's just like, when it comes to this content shit, everybody do content now. The word content actually give me a headache. Be like, just post.
Yeah.
But you got to just do what work for you. Like, put it out. Like, do you. Find your glitch. Find what people like about you. I always, like, if I see somebody and I study you long enough, I could tell you about 3 things you could do off the top of your head that could work for you. I'm just like that. Like, oh, you should do X, Y, Z. That's just how I am. Like, if I see it with you long enough and I talk to you, I've been and told you 3 things you could do off the rip that. Because it's so easy. But people, I don't know. I think God gave me that gift. So I can't expect everybody to be like that. But I do say do what works for you.
Yeah. And
some people have to realize that entrepreneurship, this content life, is not for everybody either.
Oh, hell no.
Some people
Yeah.
are meant to just work and do different stuff. Like, everybody not meant for this. And it'd be like, I want to do this, but I'm shy. Are you going to overcome the shyness and just do it, or are you going to keep complaining?
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, I want everybody to live out their dreams and do what's for them, but you just got to find what's for you. And the only way to find out what's for you is if you try. You know, you got to try, you got to come from, you got to do it, you got to find what works for you. So study people, but don't try to be like somebody. Find out what works. Know who you are, because then that's what I struggled with in my early years. Not that I was trying to be like anybody else, but people were projecting onto me. And by them projecting onto me, it was hard for me to really do what I want. But then I got to the point like, hell no, this how I'm doing this. You know, I never really tried to be like nobody else. I just was rapping about what was around me, different things like that. So I just didn't even know where to start, because this shit was new to me. But if I had to correct somebody, what I went wrong at is projection. People telling me I should do it like this or watch them and be like that. Nah, be yourself and find out what works for you. Because you can do it, but you got to do it how you supposed to do it, not how they tell you to do it. If that makes sense.
No, that's real. That's important. Honestly, I feel like that's what missing. Like, when it comes to, like, music now, is more individuality. So, like, for example, like 2020, I've seen a lot of people start being entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
Right? Pandemic happened. A lot of people lost their job. They
said,
we got to figure
everywhere.
Food trucks. Yo, I'm finna hit the road. They finna go get their CDLs. They finna do this, that, and the third. And a lot of people, you know, start working for themselves. But working for yourself, it takes a certain type of motivation and energy and dedication. Yeah. You know, you never know when you got to clock in and do your job. You know, and sometimes you might have to work a 9 to 5 to fuel your entrepreneurship. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that. And when you're doing that road, it's a little tougher, because it's like you spending 8, however many hours at this space, and then you got to come home, and then you got to put in time for your company, career, job, whatever craft that you're working on. And it can get tough. You know what I mean?
It can get very tough.
It can get challenging.
I just think that I worked the last 2 years, and I think I might have to take that risk again. And I think for me, it's because it's like a pacifier in my mouth. Yeah. So it's like, I feel like when you step out of entrepreneurship, at some point you got to take the risk to go all in. You got to take the risk to go all in, because it's like never leaving your mama house. Like, you know, it's always going to be right there. And I get it. I definitely get it. Like, I hadn't worked like 3 years before that. But something that I learned is that if you really want it bad, if you're going to go all in, you got to go all in, because the money's there. Yeah. And take the risk. But when you ready to leave that 9 to 5, not just because, I don't want to work. I had to humble myself plenty of times. But it's like a feeling when you know it's time to take that risk. You got to take that risk and jump. If that makes sense.
No, that make a lot of sense. Honestly.
I be saying if that makes sense, because sometimes people be acting like they don't get it. So I be like, if that makes sense.
No, that's a good thing to say, because it's like, honestly, I feel like with that, it's like an educated guess. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Because, you know, it's kind of like what they say getting married. You never know when you're really ready. You know what I'm saying? To take that leap, you never really know when you're ready, but at some point you got to make that jump.
You just got to do it. Yeah. And I feel like the best lessons in life come from fucking up.
Oh, that's facts. Yeah.
So it's like the stuff that you do good, it be like, okay, but them fuck ups, you be like, oh shit, I never want to do that again. So you move different. Like you move, them lessons is really lessons. They don't feel good in it, but it's like, who the hell want to keep getting their knees scraped up?
Nah.
Now I got black spots forever. Hell no. Shit.
I know I got scars from when I was a kid.
Yeah, it'd be like, hell no, I don't want to do that. But yeah, you just got to do what work for you.
Okay. So what's some stuff that you got in the works that you're working on? I know you were saying that you're creating a YouTube channel. Can you
I have a YouTube channel already. And I was just posting my music on it. And I actually started YouTube in college and I never went through with it. Okay. And I think it was because I was just trying to focus on music. I didn't have that balance in my life. So now I really because I love influencer life too. Like I love the influencer lifestyle. I love vlogging. I love the day-to-day basis. That's just that editing that getting me. But I love that life too. And it's just like, I live a good life. I live a fun life. Like, people who don't have a lot of energy watch me and they think like I'm just full of energy, but it just feel like nothing to me. So it's like I want to show my life more. You know, I want to be really show what's going on in my life because I really be on Instagram and stuff, but I feel like YouTube, I want to make that like my lifestyle life. And then not only that, I have Just Talking with Jayla coming up. And if you notice, a lot of my videos go viral when I started making a page just for Just Talking with Jayla. Yeah. And now I want to put it into like a show, not really a podcast, because I really want live answers. I really want live things, and I want to pull up on people and do live interviews, like within Miami, because people really love me. So now I want to be hands-on, and that's my way of feeding back in, dipping and dabbing, like showing love to other people's platforms, and not even then pouring back into myself, because now it's working for me. Like I noticed that works. So I got me a little cute mic. I got it like Just Talking with Jayla, and then I can put those on my YouTube too. Yeah. Everything that I do is just going to my YouTube now, because that's money. That's money that I keep walking away from. Like that's money right there. Like YouTube is, I be looking at people and YouTube was a little better than rappers.
Oh yeah.
And that money go to them.
Yeah.
That money go to them.
Yeah.
So I'm admired by that, because I don't like nobody touching my money. I don't want nobody in my business. I want to see X, Y, Z. I don't want no man coming in saying this is my shit. Yeah. Like that's how I want. That's how I see myself. So I got that with YouTube. So we got YouTube, everything going on YouTube. I think my whole life I want to revolve it around YouTube now.
Okay.
I think, I just feel like everything that I'm doing, I just want to put it in YouTube now. That's it. Like I want a new MacBook to edit myself. I want a new camera. Like I just want my whole brand to revolve around YouTube. You know, somebody I like, De'Ara.
Okay.
Yeah, and then like entrepreneurship, like I got some business ventures in due time. And Tales of Jayla, that's like just me acting my skits and stuff like that. I gotta really put my foot in that too, because they all go hand in hand. But they go back to that editing. But that's it. Like everything that I'm doing now, I'm going full time.
Okay.
So if that makes sense, I'm going, okay, I don't know if that makes sense. I started saying it the other day, now I keep saying it. But I'm going full time with everything that I do now. And I'm just stepping out on faith and betting on myself. I'm walking away from my job, walking away from some other stuff.
That might have to be a slogan maybe for you for your YouTube channel.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's
fire.
it. Just talking about Jayla, but if that makes sense.
Bam, there you go.
Yeah, it's just like, if that makes sense. Because you got to be like, if it makes sense, because everybody gonna get it. So it's just like, if it makes sense. But
you piece it together how you piece it together.
I like that. I'm glad you said that, because I just noticed I kept saying it. And other than that, my music.
What music you got coming up? Like, what do you got in the works?
I'm gonna finally finish my project. I just kept prolonging it, putting it off. I just shot the live video over the weekend. Well,
Happy birthday to you too.
Yeah, thank you. I shot it during my birthdays and my hostings, because I knew I was not gonna be outside no other time that much. So I shot it in between time, and I tried a new videographer, so I want to see how it come out. So I'm dropping the live video, because that song always go viral on my walking videos and stuff. And
is it Wavy Lord?
Yeah.
Shout out to Wavy Lord.
Yeah, that's our first time working. I had seen him in Atlanta, and I was like, I want to work with you, and I kept my word to it to let him like shoot with my stuff. And my music and my music, I'm about to incorporate my music and acting right now. So
okay,
I'm giving them the life, but all of my music is like new music, so I'm about to work everything that I had right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not in a rush to put out nothing new because all my music is like literally just hitting.
Yeah.
But the way I'm about to work it, y'all gotta watch for that. It's gonna be good.
Okay, great. And where can they find you at?
Everywhere. Jayla Anderson, J-L-A Anderson, Anderson.
Okay. All right. And y'all also follow her on YouTube. She's gonna be building that up.
Yes.
Hit that notification bell.
I'm almost 1,000 subscribers too that quick. So.
Okay.
Yeah, go subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe. Hit that notification bell so anytime she drop, you get a notification straight to your phone, letting you know. And all you gotta do is hit that link. It gives you direct access to any updates as far as music, just talking with Jayla, or any other content that she's dropping. Also follow A2A.podcast on all platforms. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, of course, Spotify.
Everything.
And also follow the AV Club Studios if you're looking for any production, 4K camera, you want to shoot a podcast. We are producers. We have everything you need right here.
Straight up.